So quickly, before I get going too far, can I get a show of hands and make sure that you can hear me? And you are seeing my screen. Okay, fantastic. Okay, well, as I said, this is Debbie Stanley. I'm Director of Customer Success about Posiba, and we're here to talk about givn, Posiba's social sharing tool that will help drive donations and help you get greater insight into your donors' social networks. But before we go too far, let's talk a little bit about who Posiba is. So Posiba is Posiba is a fairly new organization with a mission that is really as old as time. It's all about giving data and letting you use that data to do more. You know, all of us in the social good wish we knew more. We wish that we could see outside of our own four walls and understand what's going on in the world. Well, Posiba is dedicated to helping you do that. So with more information, we know that we can improve our programs and improve our impact in the world. And that's what we're dedicated to. We are a team of about 60 people located across multiple continents. We've got an engineering team in Vietnam, design team in Sweden, and a great team of operations and administration here in San Diego. And we're a fairly new organization. We've been around, I think we just celebrated our 2-year anniversary. But we represent a concept that frankly is as old as time, that information is power. You know, everybody involved in this great human endeavor, as I said, wishes we could do more. If we knew more, we could do more. We also know that money is only part of what we need and part of what our donors and our volunteers contribute, part of what they do to make a bigger impact for us and a bigger impact in the world. And frankly, we also know that you don't need another online giving tool, another CRM, another peer-to-peer solution. You need a way to see what's happening in your donors' lives, a little insight into their social networks, the true splash that they're making for you and that they're making in their world. So that's really where givn comes in. Givn is a new way to increase your donations by taking a peek into your donor social network, by giving them an easy way to share your message. It creates an electronic postcard that easily shares out to Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, but more importantly, it lets you truly see what that ripple effect looks like. So let me explain. When a donor likes you, do they like you? It helps amplify your voice. It helps when you're able to really showcase your brand. That's really what givn's all about. And you know what? It's free. It's free to you for 90 days, creating the right experience for your donors that makes it simple for them to share. And we know simplicity is the name of the game. So what does that really look like? You know, when you put a message out on Facebook and your donors like it, they share it. You know, that's great. And you know how that like, that share can have that ripple effect. And it goes out into my network. And because I've liked it, it creates this endorsement for my friends. You know, I tell this story about my Aunt Mildred Brussels sprouts. And, you know, I don't know many people out there in the world that like Brussels sprouts, but I got to tell you, these things are really, really good. And I would have never tried them except cousin Christina told me they were great. And to this day, they're one of my favorite things that I make on the holidays. But it's because somebody endorsed it for me. Somebody told me that they liked it, and it was somebody that I trusted. That is truly the value of social media for you. You know, the world is changing and we know it. People want to be recognized for everything they do, not just the money that they contribute. You know, we even have a name for it. We call it chasing the profile. More than ever before, it's about their time, their talent, their treasures, but also about their voice. And it's critical that you hear them and that you're able to do something with that voice. You know, we tell them, I mean, we remind them, remember to share this on Facebook. Hey, go tweet this, go follow this, go do this, share this story. We ask them to, we tell them to, we give them specific instructions. But you know, at the end of the day, we really don't know if they are sharing. And we don't know what that really looks like until now. So it's important because we don't do it. You know, social sharing is so important, but we don't do it. We don't have the time. Yet we know that it increases donations substantially. And research shows that 73% of nonprofits don't offer a simple social sharing tool. Yet research has proven time and time again that social sharing will increase your donations. They show that if you've got consistency in your voice, it will increase your online giving dramatically. You know, it's time-consuming, though. I get it. I was in the sector for 8 years. I ran development departments. I've been in your shoes. It's tough to find time for everything that needs to be done, and it is really easy for social media to just kind of fall by the wayside. You know, we'll post our pictures from our gala, or we'll talk a little bit about our upcoming event, but there's no consistency in your brand, and the pictures don't get out there. But all of our social science says you need to do it, and you need to do it more. So having a system that will allow you to set up a campaign and really forget it will help improve your social media strategy dramatically. And the best system is the one that lets you include an appropriate visual that really reflects your branding. So with all that being said, let me introduce you to givn, a great tool to increase your donations. It is really that set it and fit tool that will auto-generate an electronic postcard that easily shares out to Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. Now, I'm going to try something a little different today, and if it fails miserably, you guys are my guinea pigs. So I am going to go right to givn, and I hope you can still see my screen. Oh, not there. Okay, I think you can still see my screen. So this is the login page for givn. You go to givn.social to create your account. So there's a donor account and there's a nonprofit account. So first let's create our nonprofit account. So there's a simple registration. We're going to ask you some information about your nonprofit. And it's very simple: your name, your website, what type of organization, and your annual budget. We ask you about your donation processing system because we can do some advanced integration to PayPal, Authorize.net, and we've got the roadmap to look at some others. But that's why we're asking you for that, but if you skip it, it's not a big deal. Your name, your title, phone number, email, and create a password. And of course, you've got to agree to the terms of use. But I'm going to log in so that I can show you exactly what givn looks like. So this is the reporting screen. And many of you know that we just completed our Spark the Good contest. And so here's the names of our winners. Yay. We had over 75 nonprofits really take advantage of this and really move the needle for their end-of-year giving. In fact, I was talking to the folks at One More Win, and he said they got donations just out of nowhere because of their givn postcard. That's what we want. That's what we talk about. It really drives donation. So we'll get back to your reports here in a minute, but these are your programs. So if you're going to create a program, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to give it a name. So let's name this 2016 Give Me Money campaign. And then we just put a little link on that. Now I'm going to upload an image. But before I leave this real quick, this URL can be anything you want it to be. Let's say you are hosting a food drive and you want people to bring goods, but you want them to tell you they're coming. You can make this 2016 food drive. And this goes to the volunteer page where they can sign up to volunteer. Whatever campaign you want to set up, it's all great. So I'm going to do a Clean the Beach campaign. So I find an image. So let's see if I can find an image. Now, you don't have to worry a lot about making sure that the image is, you know, in a specific format or anything like that. And you'll see here in a minute in the way that works. So here's my image. I can do just the little boy and the surfboard. I can do just the dad and the waves. Or I like it, but the dad and the sun. I like that. So I'm going to save that, and that's going to be my image for my postcard. Then I need to upload my logo. Then I just click Continue. Now I call your attention right here to this little side of the screen. Those are our badges, and it's part of our gamification strategy to keep your donors engaged. So when we go here, we can enter in some examples of our of what their impact is. So let's say if I give $50 US, that's going to buy 10 trash bags. Expensive trash bags, I know. And you can enter in volunteer time as well. The value of volunteer time stuff given. These two items right here aren't being used very often, and so we're going to eliminate those in the next version of our product. And that's where I want to emphasize one point for you guys on the phone is Givn has been out for about a year, and every single change we've made in the product has come as a result of what our nonprofits and what our donors have told us they wanted to see in the product. So when you sign up, you have a direct line to me to tell me what you think, and I welcome those comments. So I'm going to press Continue. I'm going to pick how I want my pop-up to look. So I have a couple of different options that I'll get into, but this is the size that I want that pop-up to be, and I'm going to finish, and it's going to say, congratulations, I have created my postcard. One thing that is very important as you complete your campaign, you have to hit that Continue button. If you don't hit that Continue button, the postcard does not get published. Now, when I copy that, and I paste it into anything, you'll see how it brings up this postcard. This postcard can now be shared with my social network. And I can say, hey, I gave $50. I'm going to volunteer at this event. I'm going to do this. All of these things that shows my support for this organization. I'm going to accept these terms, and I'm going to share. Now, the first thing it's going to do for your donors, now this is what goes out to your donors, is it's going to ask, can I create an account for you? Now, it didn't do it with me because, of course, I have an account. but it comes up and says, can we create an account for you? And I'll say yes, and then it brings me right to this screen. Now, you'll see here, if we go to my Facebook account, you'll see how the postcard has been shared. The postcard has also been formatted to fit in Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, which are the 3 most popular social media sites. Now, for your donors, the real brilliance of givn is the way that they're able to track their lifetime of giving. So it shows how many times somebody has shared on Facebook or clicked through, how much money has been raised because of what I've done over the last year. So let's say you want to track your charitable contributions for 2016 as a donor. This is a brilliant way to do it. You just always share what you do and track it through your givn profile. Now, for you as a nonprofit, this is also through the donor profile is a brilliant way for you to track and put in your social media account. So you're just going to go into your admin center and link to your Facebook, to your Twitter, and to your LinkedIn. And then when you share your postcard, it shares directly onto your site. Not a good example there. Let's give you a better example. Here, Bravo Foundation. I love this postcard that they did for the holidays. Isn't that beautiful? And that's a perfect example of how a picture is worth 1,000 words. So that took us about 7 minutes, soup to nuts, to create that postcard. And then you just copy that URL and share it out with your donors. Now, one of the biggest questions I get right here is, well, Deb, that's great, but how do I share that with my donors? Well, the best way, and I'm going to fast through a couple of these, this is just to recap. You're going to sign up. You create your postcard with your branding, your visual, your URL, whichever URL you want. Create your impact statement, create your postcard, and then you've got this URL. So how do I share that URL? Well, you can paste it into a thank you. So they're going to get that thank you right at the moment of giving. So if you see down here, I've got my little social share link. It takes you to that electronic postcard that they can share with their social network. Now, these thank yous are normally generated by the payment processor. However, you also normally have access to edit this copy. This is really the best, quickest, and most effective way to share this URL. The second step, when they click that URL, like I said, it takes them to the postcards you created, just as we saw a minute ago. It takes them that postcard, and then they can share through their social network. Now, it's easy. I think I said earlier, one of the reasons that we don't embrace social media in our sector the way that we should is just it's time-consuming, it's confusing. Oh my gosh, there are 1,000 different tools out there to use, 1,000 different ways to make things happen. This is simple. The images, the text, the links are automatically generated to work in Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. When the donor enters the donation amount, it populates using your impact statement. I forgot to show you that in the postcard, but I'll show you in a minute. So it is so simple. With one touch of a button, they can share through all of their social media networks. And you know what? That translates huge for you. Now, when they click that image, it will take it wherever you directed it to go. So you're having a volunteer drive, have a click to volunteer drive. You want them to buy season tickets to your place. You want them to give money. Whatever you need them to do, when they click on that picture, it brings them to that page. So again, it's such a simple flow. It keeps it very easy for you and accomplishes what you need to accomplish with your campaign. Now, when your donor signs up, like I was saying, it automatically authorizes their account using Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn. You know, I always use the example that I play Candy Crush. Sorry, it's my my little thing I do. So it just does the same thing. It says, givn would like to access your account. And they can just say, yes, I authorize them to create an account for me, and then it creates the account for them. And gives them all kinds of reports that helps them track their giving and track their influence. Now, as I mentioned, this is also the best place for you to create a social profile and you to populate your LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. Now, in a coming product release, probably in February, these linked social networks will be included inside the nonprofit piece. But for now, this is the best way to do it, and it works just brilliantly, and it's simple. So as you could see, when we were looking at our campaigns on our site, you can create up to 3 campaigns. Starting next week, we're going to expand that number to 10. So you can have any number of campaigns out there. They can all have different names, different URLs, redirectional URLs that create a different sharing experience for your donors. So again, you're really only limited by your own creativity. Now, I talked about the ripple effect. So once your donors create their profile and they start sharing, we share that back for you so that you can see that influence that's happening out in the world. I think you can see that influence happening out in the world. So it tells you what's happening on LinkedIn, the number of clicks, on Facebook, number of shares, and how much donations are coming in through there. We also have a report, and I love this one. It shows you how who your top influencers are. So you can see, you know, Erin is one of our top influencers, and what did she do? She shared on Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. We've got the number of times she did, and what that looked like as it trickles down. So that's what I'm talking about, is we tell them to, we ask them to, but we never really know if they do. You will be able to get reports out of givn that you can download through a CSV file, easy integrate into your CRM, that will tell you all about the social impact of your people. So you see your donors, your active donors, and what they've done for you. So since I promised to be done by 10 o'clock, or 10:30, sorry, you can create multiple campaigns. It's easy to use. It creates a great donor experience. Every campaign can have a separate URL, a separate redirect, a separate impact statement. Everything is integrated into the social media experience. You can embed that URL into any written document, and it's very simple. Click here and share. Click here and share. Now, I'm pleased to announce that we're announcing a couple of enhanced sharing options as well. These options, both of the options I'm about to show you, they're free. They're with your 90-day free trial. They do require some installation of some JavaScript. Your webmaster, anybody can do it for you. We've got easy instructions, or somebody on my team can make it happen for you. So one is, it creates this pop-up. So that pop-up comes up right with your thank you letter when they've given a donation. We just embed some code in there. It says, thank you. now go share. Right at the minute of giving, perfect time to make that happen. The second enhanced social sharing, and I love this one, is this spread the good. It's a button that will go on your website. Now, we've got ones that say, hey, follow us on Twitter, follow us on LinkedIn, follow us on Facebook, follow us on this. We've also got them that like, share this. But you got to share this on Facebook, share this on Twitter. Share. So it's 3 steps or 5 steps or however many times your donors want to share it. Givn lets you do it once. You click that button and it takes you to that postcard. 3 little clicks later and everything is shared in your voice, in your brand, in the way you want your message out into the world. And of course, we're mobile. We are on Android and on iPhone. And your donors can pick your nonprofit. They can enter their donations. They can do anything on their mobile app that they can do on their desktop app. So it's really a brilliant experience. I encourage you to download it today. So to wrap up, we recognize that your mission is so critical to your community. The things that you do are important. So your success is our mission. It's my mission. My personal mission is to make you successful in the things that you do. So we provide Givn free of charge for 90 days. After that, the subscription fees are very low. Always free of charge will be these weekly meetings where I reinforce how to create a postcard, tell you more about upcoming feature releases. We do monthly how-to webinars. Those how-tos, the one on the 27th is going to be very dedicated to online giving and how to use social media to reinforce your online giving. You get tip sheets from us. We've got a help desk, and you get assistance from a real live person. And you know what? We don't even charge you for all of that. We also are beginning to host some regular user group sessions with our product team so you can really hear what they have to say. So a picture really is worth 1,000 words. These are just a few of my favorites. All of our social science tells us that your voice needs to be heard, frankly, in your voice. If you just stop for a second and you think of what picture most depicts your organization, what says it best, create that postcard, share it out, ask people to do something with it. You have absolutely nothing to lose. It is free for 90 days and everything to gain. It takes, you saw it, it takes less than 5 minutes to create a postcard and less than 5 minutes to share it. And it really is a set it and forget it. Download your reports once a week and see what's going on. See, are your people engaging? Are your people sharing that postcard out? If you need help, here's my number. You're always welcome to call me directly. And best of luck. And as always, keep giving. Do we have any questions? It doesn't look like we have any questions. I guess everybody loved it. I want to make sure that I respect your time. You can always call me, as I said, and have a great day. And please sign up today. I'm looking forward to seeing each one of you as part of our Posiba family.